Welcome back, YouTube. For today's video, I'm going to talk about some of the gameplay options we have in Kingdom Hearts 3 and give my opinions on them. In the background, I have my very first encounter with the cajillion, million, trillion enemy event battle. So enjoy that while we discuss. The first thing I want to discuss is the subject of transformations. They are by far the best thing that has happened to this series. I can't see further entries without them. It's like it made mashing the X button a lot more fun. In every world, you had something else other than the locale to look forward to. After you complete the world, you know, you're like, oh sweet, I get a new Keyblade. They have their plus sides and negatives depending on how you look at them. They are fun, they are flashy, but at times they can be pretty overpowered. For instance, the Keyblade Ever After. With the right build, you're pretty much one-shotting mobs by the time you get to the third set of worlds. When you transform it into Mirage Staff, what? It's pretty much GG for the enemy. Its basic combo is not only pretty powerful, but the mobility it gives you, it is unparalleled. I didn't really need to use any other transformation once I got this one. I mean, the only reason I did use the other ones was just to shake things up. You know, I didn't want to get bored using the same thing over and over again. So I think by the end of the game, I ended up going Ever After, Nano Gear, and I think Starlight. Mostly because Starlight, it just made your attacks a lot faster. Anything that helped me attack fast definitely stayed in my kit. The downside to these transformations, to me, is that they don't really offer any ways to play strategically. Like, you can run any Keyblade through the whole game and not have any kind of issue. Maybe that's not the transformation's fault, and maybe more so the game design, but these transformations were basically really strong, temporary, and frequent power-ups. Moving on to shot locks. I thought they were pretty useless. Like, the only time I really used them was when I found myself getting stun locked randomly and I thought death was tickling my butthole. The invincibility frames it gives you are godlike. I didn't really see a need for them unless you wanted to clear waves faster early on in the game. They were pretty easy to... The focus was pretty easy to get, so again, it wasn't really like they were hard to use or hard to gain. It's just that it was there whenever you needed it. Next up are the links. Honestly, I think this was Nomura's way of giving us the next gen models of older Disney characters. Like, they all looked really good, but I never really found myself using them after I used them once for the journal. Like, the risk reward aspect of it was pretty lacking. Sure, you can dish out a lot of damage and maybe even clear a first wave of enemies after you used it, but you were left with no MP afterwards. It just didn't seem viable when you had other way better options, which brings me to my next subject, the attractions. They should have definitely taken place of the links. Attractions required no resource whatsoever. They frequently showed up and practically wiped everything off the map once you used it. I use these very sparingly simply because they made things way too easy. This is the one thing that should have required you to use all of your MP. It's way too powerful and doesn't cost anything but your time. Moving on, I think I like what was done with flow motion. It gradually gets better as you level up. It's one of the combat mechanics I truly respected because it grows along with Sora. I hated it at first. I thought it was completely nerfed from what we got in Dream Drop Distance, and when I realized you can upgrade the distance of like the wall jumps and stuff, I thought it was the greatest thing next to transformations. You know, for some reason it didn't click to me. Like, of course they're not going to give us the best stuff all at once. You know, like, I'm thinking like, what? I can only wall bounce every so often. I can't even reach the other wall. But you know, as the game progressed, you get the abilities to have the wall jumps more frequent. So I thought that was good. Sora's ability growth in this game was really good. Like, it felt natural. My only complaint is that it seems you can only really go one way when you learn things. Like, by that I mean, I figured if you watch a bunch of streamers play Kingdom Hearts 3, all their basic combos would look pretty much the same aside from 2 or 3 different moves. I was hoping we get a variety of combo modifiers so that we can play it in a certain way. Maybe that was wishful thinking on my part. Like, in all the other Kingdom Hearts games, I usually go like full on strength. I get all the strength items to me, and you know, everyone else gets all the AP stuff, I guess. And you know, I mash X. It's cool. And going into Kingdom Hearts 3, I thought differently this time. I thought that maybe, you know, I'll go magic and see if they'll have any combo modifiers that have to do with magic. They have that one where he like twirls in the air and just like points his keyblade in the air and anything around you gets hit. It's like, yeah, that's cool and all, but I thought it would have been cooler if I can do different things on the ground. But it's, I don't know, it's, like I said, I guess it's just wishful thinking on my part. All in all, I love the game's combat mechanics a lot. I personally don't think we needed all these options, but at the end of the day, they're just options. Like, if you didn't want to use them, you didn't have to. So I'm not going to say it's a bad thing that we got something really overpowered, because at the end of the day, we didn't have to use it. I stuck with transformations the whole game. Like, I loved it. That's all I really have for this video. In one of my next videos, I'm going to discuss how I feel about gummy ships in Kingdom Hearts 3, and spoiler warning, I like it very, very much. Thanks for watching, and until next time, see you.